So the episode of PUBG the animation this week was more explaining the rules of PUBG and very much not really hitting it, but pretty much I'd like to say it's kind of out there who kind of Pito is, not to mention with this episode, hey, learn how to shoot some more, and we catch up to where we originally were showing in episode 1. This is where everything we learn about Squad Jam, we learn about more about like how to actually fight in Gale Online, and honestly, just another episode where it's like, yep, this is still just enjoyable, this is fine, and albeit it had a few issues here and there, mainly that it like looked really stiff for the most part in this episode, and like animation was a little wonky, but overall pretty much a fine episode. So it also explains as well the reason why like Pito couldn't join the Squad Jam, because she was like, oh, I've got a friend's like wedding that I can't miss, you know, bullshitting for the most part. Like one day you can clearly tell it's like, there's actually something in real life that's going on with her. It's like, yeah, nah, sorry, we've got like, I've got to take care of that because, you know, like pretty much birth before host for the most part is like how they're going, but I need to take care of this, but hey, no, I've got someone who will join up with you because it's a team of 6 that can join, and it's like, okay, one, that's already bad already, the fact that it's like, it's Len and it's just going to be M going against them, but then again, it's like you see from the first episodes that they actually work very well with each other, they use their coordination pretty well, and it's like, well, they might actually have a proper team if it's the combination of some of the other characters that we've been seeing with like Pito, with like the blonde-haired girl. I think there's another character that looks like M, like joining into like the whole like giant Squad Jamble, and it's like, no, we're gonna we originally wanted to do this, but it's like, no, I've got this thing to take care of. And honestly, Len was not like, she was interested in it. It was like, I like need to like actually take care of this. Like, I would love to like do this, but it's like, you know, shit happens, and she's like, no, but I want to go see Elsa's like concert. That was the whole thing about her. I was like, but her friend called out saying that's a 50-50 chance like on there, so I don't know. I kind of like that they like mentioned the tournament from like the SAO2 as well, which I think was like Bullets of Bullets, or as they call it, Bob. Yes, the most intense tournament that you can ever have is named Bob, but when they go for it, it's like Pito actually mentions like, yeah, no, I did pretty well at that. I came like 3rd place out of all of them. And it's like, it shows that she's like, she is strong, but she's not totally indestructible. I'm kind of liking that so far, where it's like, it's the complete polar opposite of SAO, where it's like, not everyone's a super beast, not everyone's like this mega player, but it's like, even with like someone like Pito, it's like, yeah, no, this character is like a serious fighter, but even still, there's still like a little bit of room and improvement to go from there. Although it could change where it's like, no, we actually don't know, like she could have like forfeited or like threw away for some random reason, but I'd like to believe it's like, no, she just isn't at that higher caliber compared to these other 2 players. And most of the episode was spent on meeting M. It was like, no, we're gonna like spend time with like, you know, training. Here's like how you use the full auto, semi-auto. We see a little bit of his gun, which was, I believe it was an M24. Like I know it was an EBR, but it was I think it was an M24 rifle, and he was just like, you can tell from M, he's like, I fucking love guns. Like, he's there, like, pretty much examining it, and he's like, showcasing, like, this guy's a real kind of World War, like, you know, just action kind of guy, because he's going into detail with his pistol. He's like, really creepily going into all the details of the knife. Like, you like the Achilles heel, like, right here, and the tendons, and he's like, oh, calm down, dude. You have been fucking jumping down those documentaries and wikis a little bit too much. And one of the other real takeouts of the episode, apart from I still fucking hate the whole thing, is like, oh, I'm tall, this is my one weakness, and like people make fun of it, like these girls, no, not really, it's just like they acknowledge her for being tall, and they're like, wow, she's so tall. Like, in Japan, is that a sin? Is that like worse than like not being able to Mamoru someone? Like, what the fuck? Like, it still drives me insane to this day. But oh no, if it's a foreigner though, that's completely fine. But if like, if someone looks completely different but they're Japanese, ew, no, everyone has to be short and just be good at their grades and just whatever have to be every plain pro tag like San from all of these fucking shows. And it's just, I know it's a whole driving force of the character, but to me, I guess that's one of those things that maybe that's just a Japanese thing, or maybe it's just fucking stupid in general. I like to say it's stupid in general because I've never heard that shit, and it's like, if anyone ever has gone through a height complex, then fucking why? Because there is no stuff. I am 6'3", like, I am nearly 6'4", and I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking tall. I hit my head on shit all the time. And that's how fucking annoying just this one little thing about this character that drives her so much. It's just like, oh, I wish it was a different reason. Fucking hell. Like, I wish it was something, but it's a small thing, and like comparing to that, it is like this heavy thing in her letter that she writes to Elsa, where it's like, I'm writing to you, I'm a fan, and it's like, I wish I could have had you had a bigger venue, and she's like, you know, all these sweet words and everything, where it's like, I'm talking down as she's listening to the song again, which we see Elsa, which, yeah, no, I'm still putting on the money that it's like, considering that like M knows Peter in real life, it's like, that is either that singer or that's just like, oh, yeah, no, I'm like a friend, or, you know, but it seems like they're really hitting that she is the singer itself, because of how, like, she's reacted to, like, oh, you like her music, right? Oh, like, they're kind of trying to draw a parallel, and she has kind of a similar, like, design-wise to, like, to her, but overall, I mean, the episode was fine. If anything, to be honest, I think probably this one was the weakest one out of them so far, because this was more setting up the kind of things that we knew already, which I was like, yeah, we kind of already got the idea about the scanner, we already knew about the gun. Like, I mean, I felt like it could have gone through some of that a little quicker, but overall, like, I thought it was fine. I think, if anything, if I don't normally give them, like, scores these days, but if I did, this would probably be a 5. It was an average episode. It was, like, not really exciting, but it had one or two few things there. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But that's all from me. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys, though, next time.